Hello everyone, welcome to ITLS Academy. Myself, Advocate Priyanka, and today I am again among you with a new topic, which is the drug development. So today we will see about the overview of drug development. So first we will see that what things we are covering today. As usual, we will go to the first highlights of previous session. As you know that in every new presentation or in any new video, I just give briefing of previous sessions. So first we will go through the highlights of previous session and then we will move to the today's topic, that is drug development. So in this topic there will be some subtopics like what is drug development, then what is the drug development process, that means how drug development works, and it involves some phases like preclinical phase and clinical phase. We will see that also in a brief, and then we will see that what is the objective of drug development. So let's start. So first we'll start with the highlights of previous session. If you remember, in previous session we have gone through with the Food and Drug Administration, that is FDA. So basically it is a federal agency that protects public health by ensuring the safety of food, drugs, cosmetic, medical devices, biological products, etc. etc. So if we say in the short, we can say that FDA agency which secures that anything related to food and drug or cosmetics, if coming into the to the public, coming into the market, then it should be safe for them. It is a part of Department of Health and Human Services, regulated by US Department of Health and Human Services, and its headquarters is basically currented in the located in the White Oak campus in Silver Spring. All these things we have already discussed in our previous session. Now what is the need of FDA? So basically, as I discussed in earlier session also, and I just told in this session also, that basically FDA ensures that everything should be safe to the public. So here their need is here only clear that their need is that what we are consuming in the form of food, in the form of drug, or in the form of cosmetic, is it safe for us? And if it is safe, then is it safe for everyone, or there are many side effects of this thing? So is it safe for some particular group of people or not safe for the some particular group of people? These all things are the administrated by the FDA. So basically we ensure that what we are they ensure that what we are consuming is safe. They ensure that what drugs used for treatment have passes all quality parameters. That means okay, if treatment is good but it has some severe side effects, then in general we can say that it is not good. So this FDA also ensures that drugs used for treatment have passes all quality parameters. It ensures cosmetic are effective and safe to use or not. So basically we use in modern days, everyone use lots of cosmetics. So obviously cosmetic makes us beautiful, makes us glamorous, but before using the cosmetic, we should ensure that is it safe or not, and for that FDA works for us. And then we also, in previous session we have gone through that how FDA regulates, what is the mission of FDA. So if you want to know more about the FDA, then please go to the previous link, previous session, and then you can know about the basic features of the FDA. So now we will go move to the towards topic, today's topic, that is drug development. So what is the drug development? As its name only indicating that drug development is basically the development of any new drug. So now one question arises in mind that how new drug develops. So we will see the whole procedure in this session, that how new drug develops. So first, drug develop starts from the any research of any scientist. They first think that okay, this component can be useful for a particular disease, and then they work for that on several years, several months, and then they got some result. And after that the process starts, which makes sure that what drug is developed or what scientists have discovered is safe, is secure, and then it comes into the market. So it's not an easy process, or it's not an 2 days or 1 month process. It is a very lengthy and it is a very crucial process. It is the process of bringing a new drug to the market, and drug is a life-saving thing. And for that, uh, our country or our government or any other country governments can't take risk. And before that, to come to the market any new drug, they have to go through the different types of phases. So not every discovered drug or tested in the laboratory comes to the market. As I told that many researchers discover different type of components on different type of drugs, okay, that can be useful for the particular disease. But it is not a surety that what they have discovered it will come to the market, because it will go through the different type of you can say examination process. In simple word, if you want to understand the different type of examination process, and then it will clear that okay, this drug is safe or not safe. If it is not safe, then it will be thrown out. And in that case, the researchers you can say that what they have hard work for several years or several months, it will go in the vain. But this is the process only, because it can't be take risk with the public's health. So let's see here, like that someone just I have given a simple picture example to show that how what is the drug development and how it is a very crucial process. So here we can see that some researchers discovered some medicine. Now medicine will be the tested in lab. Here, if it is approved that okay, this medicine is appropriate for public, for human health, then only it will be approved, and after approval only it will come into the market. So here what researchers worked, they got some fruitful result. Now we see the second scenario. Here also drug is discovered. It also going tested in lab, but for somehow reason, uh, it is in testing it is found that it is not suitable, or it has some severe side effects or something else. Then it will not get approved, and if it will not get approved, it will not come into the market. So here you can see that the in both cases researchers have done same hard work, they have expended same money, but here they got the fruitful result, here they have not result. So that's why I told that drug development is a very crucial process. It is a time consuming process, and it is a very you can say that it is a very expensive process also, because if you don't get the desired result, then your all uh, money is what you invested will just go into the wind. So now we will see the what is the basically drug development process. In earlier slide, I just went through a simple example. So like it's just tested in the laboratory. Now we will see that how it is tested, what are the phases of for the drug development process. So drug development process is typically divided into the two phases. So first is preclinical development and second is clinical development. So we will see both that what is the preclinical development and what is the clinical development. In clinical development, there are four phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So in this session, we will see each phase and each process that how drug develops. So first start with the preclinical development. As its name only suggesting that it is the something clinical development, that is development that is basically tested on a human, or tested in public. But what is preclinical development? It is not tested on the human. Its name only telling that if you know some biological terms, then you will know that preclinical development, that means it is not tested on the humans. So preclinical development is basically done to test its toxicity. As I told that researchers discovered medicine, but they don't have the knowledge of they have knowledge, but they don't know that what will be the actual toxicity level of this medicine. So this preclinical research assures that what is the toxicity level of this developed drug. It is also done to check the doses before trial on human. As I told that it's not like that anyone discovered medicine and it is directly tried on a human. It is before trial on human, there are so many steps, so many things which are followed. So it is done to check the doses before trial human. So basically it is done in laboratory on a specific target cell. So you can say in biological term that it is in vitro process. So here, what is the drug? They just take that components and tested on the particular cells, specific cells or target cells to whom they want to target or to whom that medicine wants to target. So all things are done in the laboratory, and then they see what is the result of that test on that particular cells. In some situations it is also done on a specific type of animals, like sometime what happens that on some specific cells it is not clear, then in that case, because uh, some animals like rats and others are so many you can say similar mm, situations, like, or you can say that similar features or similar response like the human's body. So in that situation it is done on the specific type of animals to check its toxicity level or doses. And when it is done on the similar some specific type of animals, then that is called the in vivo process. So basically preclinical development is done into the in vivo and in vitro situation. Now we will move to the clinical development. So clinical development is basically test done on humans. It is also divided into the 4 phases: clinical phase 1, 2, 3, 4. So first we will start with the phase 1. So this trial basically start with a very small group of people. You can say that group of people ranges from 15 to 50. So here I have given pictorial example to clarify or to simplify this. So see, first this group have given lower dose, you can say very minimum dose, and check treatment, and if there is any severe side effect or any other abnormalities, anything, it is checked with blood and urine sample test and some other tests also. So if uh, scientists or if health executives see that okay, it is safe on this, then they move to the another group of people and they rise the dose of the um, drug. That means what was given, what was the little lower, but after that they just fixed some little dose, some higher dose of that same component, and then again it process repeats, that they see that okay, if there is any side effect or if treatment is going well or not, and if all things are clear and this group is also safe, then they move to the next group of people, and there they give the desired dose what they want to give. And in this desired dose also same process repeats, that they give, that they assure that okay, what is giving to this group of people, is it safe for them or then any side effects, and if everything is clear, then this drug developed to move into the trial phase 2. So in short we can say that phase 1 is basically to fix the desired dose and to see the severe side effects or any abnormalities because of this medicine, and it is done with a very small group of people, not a very large group of people. And here also people come as a volunteer. It is not like that it is imposed to someone. They come like a volunteer. So now next phase is phase 2. So phase 2 is start with some larger group of people than phase 1. So it starts with a group of people 100. So you can say that it is a very large group, but obviously it is larger group than the phase 1. So after approval of clinical phase 1, the drug goes to the clinical phase 2 trial. So here what dose was fixed in the phase 1, it is given to the large group of people, and here very closely they check that if treatment is affecting properly or any side effects, not only severe side effect, if there is any small side effects also, they all things is checked by blood and urine sample test and other test also. It depends on the for which type of disease they are using that medicine. So accordingly they do all the tests, and if they find okay, now this dose is fixed and it can be given to the group of people, it has benefits, it doesn't have any side effect, it is safe to go, then that drug moves to the next stage, that is clinical trial phase 3. In basically, this is also done on the group of people, but it is done on the large group of people, mass group of people, and here group of peoples are basically divided into two groups, control group and study group. So now next question is, what is a control group and what is the study group? So control group is basically group of people to whom already a standard medicines present in the market for that particular disease is given, and a study group is basically group of people to whom the new developed drug is given. So here you can say that in this phase it is actually comparable study of the standard drug and what new drug has discovered. So and also next some questions comes that how this group is divided, like who will come in the control group and who will come into the study group. So it is not done by any human, it is done by the computer, and it is done by the computer because they want that it should be human biased, and then accordingly what comes in the result, on that basis people go into the control group and go into the study group. So control group is treated with the standard medicines what is already in the market, and study groups treated with the new medicines. Here with these results they check that, okay, like for example, if there is diabetes, so which control group is given the diabetes standard medicine which is in the market and which is ongoing, and a study group is given that medicine of the diabetes which is newly developed. Now what they will compare, they will first compare that, okay, which treatment is more efficient, or like a standard or new medicine, or if it is not more effective, if it is I mean similar, and if there is any side effect of the new drug on the study group, like any severe side effect, or if it is any side effect that should be not used for the diabetic people. So all these things are going reviewed in this phase, and FDA reviews all the results to make sure that treatment is safe and effective for the people to use, and if they get approval from here, then only medicine goes to the market and goes into the public. So here you can see that how lengthy process is and how expensive process is. So it's not an easy task to develop a new drug. Now there is clinical phase 4. So obviously one question will come in your mind, okay, if medicines are already going into the market in clinical phase 3, then what is the need of clinical phase 4? So basically clinical phase 4 is required to do a study that is there any long-term side effect, or is there I mean basically you can say that it is required to the say the post market surveillance. So in this phase doctors study treatments that FDA has already proved, and they see that, okay, if it is given to the patients like for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, then in that case if there is any long term side effect to them or not. So for this study phase 4 is required, and it is done. So basically it gathers more information after FDA approval and drug in the market, and it includes not 50, 100,000 people, it includes 3,000, more than 3,000 or 4,000 participants. So it is a very large group of people where this trial is done. So I hope now you have got the overview of that, what is the preclinical development, what is the clinical development, and all the 4 phases of the clinical development. Now we will see that what is the objective of clinical trial phases. So why it is done, like why it is done the preclinical trial, why done the clinical trial. Preclinical trial is done basically to see the toxicity level of the any new developed drug, which already we discussed. And what is the objective of clinical trial phases? So basically clinical trial phases have 4 phases, and each phase has its own objective. So if we talk about the phase 1, so it is basically to establish safety and no biological effects and fix a suitable dose. So what dose should be given to the human, it is only fixed in the phase 1. And also in phase 1 they ensure that is there any severe side effects or not. And so this is the objective of phase 1. Now what is the phase 2? So it is basically established to the efficacy and determine adverse effect of medicine on patients with determined dose. So what dose is fixed in the phase 1? So if what is the efficacy level of that dose, and is there any adverse effect, or is there any small side effect of that particular medicine, these all things are established in the phase 2. In phase 3, it is basically, as we discussed, that it is basically a study, or you can say comparable study of between standard drugs and new developed drugs. So phase 3 basically establishes safety and treatment efficacy compared to standard drugs available in the market for the same purpose. Now phase 4. So phase 4 gather further more information about side effects, or you can say long-term side effects and efficacy of medicine available in the market. So these are the basically objective of clinical trial phases, or you can say that these are the basically objective of the this drug development process. So why this drug development process is needed, why this lengthy process is needed, why it's not like that anyone discover drug and just go for a test in lab and then it comes into the market. So these are the basically, and in short, if we want to say in a single line that what is the objective of drug development process, then basically objective of drug development process to ensure that what drug comes to the public or what drugs come into the market, it should be safe, it should be efficient, it should have not any adverse side effects. So to establish all these things, this drug development process is done. Now, what are the timeline of drug development process? As from starting, I am telling that it is a time consuming process. It is a time consuming process. So obviously, some questions will come in your mind that what is the basically timeline of drug development. So if we talk about the preclinical, where all things are done in the in vivo and in vitro, then in that case, it only preclinical trials takes 1 to 6 years. It depends on the drugs what is going to be tried. Now phase 1, it takes several months to or sometimes to a year also. Phase 2 also several months to sometimes to 2 years. And this 1 year, 2 years, 6 year depends on the what type of drugs are going to be used. Phase 3, it takes 4 to 5 years. It is a very long process. You can say that it's because in this phase they actually determine that okay, what is going to be used is completely safe or is more efficient than the standard dose. So this is very long process, 4 to 5 years, and phase 4 goes on for the several years. So here you can say if we only calculate the till phase 3, so it can be 5 to 7, 8, 6, 14 years. So in general, to develop any new drug, it takes around 14 to 15 years. That's why when any that's why if any new drug comes into the market or any new idea comes to the researcher, then they will have to be assured that okay, at least it will take not 14 to 15, then you can also take that at least 10 to 12 years it will take to come into the market. It's not like that today you develop and tomorrow it will come into the market. Now what is the cost of drug development? I'm also telling since the starting that it is a very expensive process. So yes, it is a very expensive process, drug development. In India, to develop a drug, on average, it costs $1 million to $3 million. So, what factors which increase the cost of this drug development process are basically first is that application fee for filing clinical trials that only range from 2 lakh to 3 lakhs for each phase. So, if there are 3 to 4 phases, then you can assume that 12 lakh only you need for the filing clinical trial application. Then cost of numbers of sites involved, like where you are doing clinical phase, in which I mean clinical trials, in which hospital they will give you the permission, and for that you need some sites. So for that also you will have to pay. And then clinical research, there are some clinical research organizations which manage all the process of drug development. So they have their own fees also, so we will have to pay that fee also. And then there is data management and monitoring fee, like data management, like how many patients came, what are their data, how they are, how medicine is working. So all this monitoring will be done by a particular organization, and that will also cost the fee. So that's why I told that it is a very costly process. Or so if it's not that like any researcher uh, just I mean develops a medicine, so all the time obviously it will be needed from the any organization or from investors to bring the new market, sorry, to bring the new drug in the market. So as we can see that drug development is time consuming, cost expensive process, and it is a very crucial process. That's why any to come any the new drug in the market, it takes time. But after all this process, if any drug comes to us, then it is sure we can say that yes, this is the safe thing which we can use. So we have discussed lots of about the mm, clinical trials, preclinical trials, what are the drug development, all this process. So if you are curious to know more about these things, and if there is any doubts, you can write in the comment section. And for next topic, we will go to the see the what is IND. So if you want to more know about this, then please stay tuned with us. And you can also go through the Google some what is IND, and then if after Googling yourself you will come and see this via our next video, then you will find it more more fruitful. So I will suggest that go to the Google and do search some about the IND, and then next session come and meet me, and then we will see in a brief that what is basically the IND. And if you have any doubts in my this session or in my previous session or in any sessions what I have taken, then please write in the comment section. And if you know, if you found anything which you I mean don't found suitable or anything, you can write in the comment section. I will surely come with answers of that comments, and I will surely come assure that your all doubts would be cleared. So thank you so much for watching the our video and don't forget to follow ITLS Academy. You can find it everywhere in the social media platform, in the educational platforms like Instagrams, LinkedIn, everywhere you can find it. So please follow and subscribe ITLS Academy. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned with us for the next session. Thank you so much.